it's story time. So I need a few helpers who are capable of sitting on the floor. Look at that.
Wrong. What'd she say?
You want some of the stuff with me, Rob? Yeah. How about that? I think that'll be better.
Sitting on the floor.
All right, so today, can you all hear me? I know not everybody can see, but you'll be able to see the pictures up on the screen. So today we're going to read a book called Lucia Mourning in Sweden. So today we're talking about a saint, and her name is Lucia. Now Lucia was born in Italy in the 200s CE, so that means she lived a couple hundred years after Christ was alive. And she came to learn about Jesus because her mother was very sick and was almost dying, and her mother was healed miraculously. And so she came to have faith in Jesus. And as a result of her faith, she wanted to do something to give back to her community. And what she wanted to do was to give to those in need, who didn't have enough to eat, or no clothes to keep warm, or no house to live in. Now, young women in Lucia's time, in that time period so long ago, they really didn't have much. You couldn't own anything as a woman, and you couldn't buy property, and you couldn't have a job to earn money. But one thing that women would have, a young woman especially, would be a dowry. Now, a dowry is money that's set aside for each woman at her birth, and at the time that she gets married, that dowry is paid to her husband. Kind of sounds funny to us, but it was a tradition back then. So until a young woman is married, that dowry technically belongs to her. So Lucia decided that she wanted to take the money that would have been for her husband, for dowry, and to give it all away to people who were poor and in need. And that's what she did. And so that's how we know her story. And Lucia lived in Italy, right? I said that in the beginning. So why did the people in Sweden celebrate Lucia, who's from Italy? Well, of course her story spread because she'd done these great things in her life. But also, the people of Sweden have a story about her. So a long, long time ago in Sweden, there was a long winter where it was very dark and the people were running out of food to eat. So back in that time period, no grocery stores, right? So if you didn't have enough food from your harvest to last through the winter, people would starve. They wouldn't have enough to eat. So it was like this one winter, and a woman came to them, and she was bearing light. She had candles on her and a wreath around her head. So she came bearing light, and she also came bearing food. And so she had enough food for the people of Sweden in that story to make it through the winter. So every year, the people of Sweden remember this story, and they celebrate St. Lucia on Lucia Day. So this particular story that we're going to read right now is called Lucia Mourning in Sweden, about how one family celebrates this holiday. And it's by Eva Reidecker, with illustrations by Karina Staller. So you should be able to see the illustrations on the screen. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, and Pastor Patty. Oh, I have it. Look at that. I even thought I had. All right. So when it comes time to turn the page, I need some bell ringers. One for each hand, here, Rob. There you go. All right. So, it is December 12th in Sweden. Snow is piling up outside the Svensson house. The three Svensson children are excited because this is their favorite time of year. So you can see what they're doing there. They're building a snowman, yeah. They're having a snowball fight too. All right. That's your signal. Turn the page. We're getting there. Okay. Patience with Shelby. Hey, Mama, it smells like Christmas. What are you baking? Your favorite, Mama says. Pepparkakor. So that's a Swedish word. Can you tell what pepparkakor are from the picture? Cookies. That's right. They're cookies. Yeah, that's right. Biscuits in England. You got it. They have different words for stuff. So, Mama says, tomorrow is a special day. Do you know why? I think I know, says Carl. If you're making pepparkakor, it's almost Christmas, and tomorrow's December 13th. That's Lucia Day. That's right, says Mama. In Sweden, Lucia Day means Christmas is getting close. Sophie and Louise will be coming in soon, says Mama. Can you help me get ready to make the Lucicater buns? Sure, Mama, says Carl. Do you remember what we need? I know they have raisins and something that makes them yellow, says Carl. Very good, says Mama. A spice called saffron makes them yellow, and it makes the buns smell good, too. Lucia Day is tomorrow, girls, so get your jackets and boots off, and you can help us. You can bake the buns while I go out and pick the lingonberry leaves for Sophie's Lucia crown. Mama, I want to be Lucia too, Louise whines. You were Lucia last year. I know you'll make a perfect attendant, and this time, and Carl will be a wonderful star boy. This dough is yummy, says Carl, licking his fingers. Don't eat it, shrieks Sophie. We need it for tomorrow, says Louise. Carl, you just take care of the raisins, says Mama. Sophie and I will make the buns. Papa's home. Hey, everybody. Sure smells like Christmas. Can I try a Lucicat bun? Nay, Papa. They're for tomorrow. Okay, I'll wait. Does it look like Papa waits? No. Mama says, what are you laughing at? Is Papa making funny faces behind my back again? Remember, you children have to hurry and have supper now, so you can get to bed early. Off you go. Papa and I will be in to say goodnight. We can't wait for tomorrow, says Sophie. I'm going to sleep with my Starboy hat on, says Carl. You can't do that, Louise teases Carl. Your head will get pointed. Oh, I love Lucia Day, says Mama. I remember how happy I was to be Lucia when I was young. But now we have a lot of work to do. Can you iron the gowns and Carl's shirt while I finish the Lucia crown? Sure, says Papa. I'd love to help. What's going on in the background there? Who's this? It's the little boy, isn't he? What's he doing? Stealing a cookie, could be. All right, turn the page. Wake up, Sophie. Wake up, Louise. Wake up, Carl. Is it Lucia time already? The children ask. Yes, it's December 13th, Lucia Day. Time to wake up, Papa. Oh dear, what happened to all the peppercocker? There are only 2 left. We don't know, says Sophie and Louise. Do you know where the peppercocker are, Carl? Maybe Tomten, or the cat, or the dog ate them. Please tell me. I won't punish you, but we do need to find the cookies. I put some in my Starboy hat so they would be ready to give to Papa, and now they're all broken. Never mind, Carl. We can eat the crumbs. But next year, don't put them in your hat. Oh, look how sad he is. Sophie, you first, then Louise, and then Carl. Look at the special stuff they have on. Do you see? Stop hitting me, Carl, or I'll tell Papa what you did with the peppercocker, says Louise. Oh, you are such good singers, and the Lucia buns are wonderful, and I love the peppercocker crumbs. Why don't you have some, says Papa. Has Mama made some hot chocolate for you? Shall we go to Grandma Gunhild and Grandpa Axel with peppercocker and Lucicater? Yeah, the children yell. I'm going to teach Teddy the Lucia song, says Carl. Teddies can't talk, says Sophie. My Teddy can sing. Here they are singing. What happens? What happened to the kids? They fell asleep. This is early in the morning. Shh. We want to surprise Grandma and Grandpa, says Mom. Are you ready? Okay, we're ready now, whispers Sophie. Do you remember the words? Sophie and Louise ask Louise and Carl. I'll copy you, Carl whispers back. Papa rings the doorbell. Grandma peeks through the peephole, unlocks the door, and tiptoes back to bed. Sancta Lucia, the children sing. Grandpa is surprised and happy. Oh, you children must have practiced a lot. You sound so good. And what wonderful bakers you are. Delicious, Children, said Grandpa, do you know why we celebrate Lucia Day? No, why, Grandpa? When I was a child, I was told that Lucia was a saint, a very good person, who brought food to the hungry people in Sweden during the longest, darkest winter night, a long time ago. That's right, says Grandma. Sancta Lucia wore a crown with candles to brighten the dark days in Sweden. Now we bake the Lussekatter, the Lucia buns, and give them to other people to remind us to be good, like Lucia. Speaking of that, let's give some to our new neighbors. They would just move to Sweden from another country, and they probably don't know about Lucia Day. Yes, let's give them some pepperkaker and Lussekatter, Louise says. There's the neighbors. Thank you so much for doing this, says the neighbor. This is such a nice time, and the children love it. The buns and cookies are delicious. And I made the crumbs, says Carl proudly. It's almost time for school. You'd better get ready for the big Lucia performance for your teachers, says Mama. Okay, they say, and kiss their grandparents goodbye. Tack så mycket. Thank you very much, says Grandma and Grandpa. Next year I'll be Lucia, says Louise to Sue. There they are, singing. Well, Mama says, it looks like Lucia Day is over. You had such a big day, and you were all wonderful. Put your gowns in the laundry room. Oh, we are so tired, says Sophie. You just have a little supper and go to bed, says Mama. And who's in their dreams? The Cookie Monster. The Lucia kind of Cookie Monster. There she is. And she's got the cookies and the buns and the light, right? The stars. And that's the end. Thank you very much, bell ringers. Oh, sitting on my bag. Thanks, Rob. All right. So you can go back to your seats. So, everybody, what good sitters you were to listen to this story. What were the special parts of Lucia Day in Sweden? What was the key parts of the holiday? Baking, food, right? Singing, right? Family coming together, absolutely. Those were the kind of the three key things. So the family makes these special desserts together, and then the next morning they give them to certain people. So they gave some to their father and their grandparents, and who else? A neighbor, right? Somebody who was new in town. And this particular holiday helps the people of Sweden to get ready. And is there something in this holiday that looks like something in our space? A symbol. The stars, yeah. What else? Candles. What do they look like in our space? The Advent wreath, right? So for a long, long time in our history, light is a very important symbol for Christian people. And since the Middle Ages, the light, candle light, has been a symbol of Christ coming into the world, Christ's light coming into the world. And so the Advent wreath, kind of like this wreath that the little girl is wearing on her head for Lucia Day, is a way for us to get ready for the mystery of Christmas. So the Advent wreath has a couple of different parts here, and each of them has different meaning. So one of the parts of the Advent wreath is the circle. And the circle symbolizes that Christ's victory over death can never be broken. Just as the circle is unbroken, so that victory can never be broken. And then also we have our evergreens, which in our case are a lovely plastic. But if they were fresh, they would symbolize how God is ever faithful to us, God's people. And that's what they mean in the Advent wreath. And then, of course, the very important part, the candles. How many do we have here? 5, right? 4 that are kind of different colors. 3 are blue and 1 is pink. And then 1 in the center that is white. So the 4 candles, what do you think they represent? 4 weeks in the season of Advent leading up to Christmas. So each time we come together on Sunday, we light another candle. And each time the light grows brighter, and it reminds us that the light of Christ is soon going to come to us on Christmas Eve. So so the light that we see here on the Advent wreath not only gets us ready for the light of Christ on Christmas Eve, but it helps us to think about how Christ will come again at the end of time, and the hopes that we have for what God will do for us and how God will make everything right that is wrong in the world. And so the Advent wreath is all about getting ready for Christmas. And it reminds us who God is and how God loves us as God's people. And in our story today, the gospel story, John was also speaking to the people about getting ready. And he was getting them ready for the ministry of Jesus. What did he tell the people to do to get ready for Jesus? They were coming to him to be baptized, and he told them, he said, don't think that you're so special just because you're a child of Abraham, just because you're the people of Israel. And they said, what should we do? What should we do to get ready for the coming of Jesus? And what did he say to them? Can you remember? He said, if you have 2 coats, share one. And if you have extra food, give some away to those who need it. And then some different people came in, right? Tax collectors and soldiers. And they asked for advice too. And he had very special advice for them. So here are people in the community who have power, right? They have special responsibilities. And John gives them the advice to use that power wisely and kindly in the community, and not to take advantage of others because they are in a position of power. And so these are the ways that John tells the people of God to get ready for the ministry of Jesus. He says, when you do these things, you will help to prepare yourself to be in the presence of Jesus and to hear his word. And so we can do these things too to get ready, kind of like on Lucia Day, right? It's all about acts of kindness, isn't it? Giving some food to people that you love, to new neighbors, maybe to the food pantry, like we do here regularly, or baking some cookies and sharing them with somebody else, like we did on our block party this past week, or singing some songs with friends and family, or around the neighborhood. This past week we went over to PD Richland, our neighbors here, and we sang some songs for the residents there. And these are all ways that we can get ready. As the light of Christ is coming into the world, we can prepare our hearts with these acts of kindness, simple things that we do for one another to receive Christ.